Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. Pay no attention to the loud noise in the background. I have the fan literally right on top of me. Normally, I would have it a couple of feet back from me, but it's been a little warmer down here than usual, and the stuffiness of the house is starting to get the best of me. But I have to remind myself today is almost over. It's almost Friday, which means that I just have to survive throughout the entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I can go back to my normal life again on Monday. Yay! Because that's when my doctor said I could go back to my normal life again, and for that matter, go back to work, which is amazing. For the past couple of weeks, I've been stuck at home due to a sickness that I had, and then before that, my brother had something going on that kept me home, so it's been a rough month. And on top of that, the AC has been out the majority of the month, ever since the 4th, so it will be great to have it fixed. Unfortunately, due to the fact that my brother had something preventing the repair people from coming out, and then I got sick on top of that, and they wouldn't come out while I was sick, and they won't come back until, or they won't come out, I should say, until I'm clear to go back to work. So it's been a pain. And then the dishwasher went out at one point, but Andrew, my roommate, was thankfully able to figure out what was wrong with it. Now the dishwasher is working good, so thank goodness for that. But it will be great to get the AC fixed again, especially when I'm like laying there at night, and sometimes that fan is just not quite doing enough, and even the window being open doesn't even quite help. And it's supposed to be really hot this weekend on top of that, so yuck. Anyway, so it is time for my next How I Met Kay and TJ vlog tonight, or this evening, before I go and do some yard work outside, just because I'm tired of being stuck inside all the time. And I don't even care if it's a little warm at the side at this point. I just want to get out of the house. So, for this vlog, I actually wanted to talk about at least I know or to my understanding, or just best of my remembrance, knowledge, whatever, the next big thing that TJ and I did together as YouTubers was vlogging the grand opening of the Jimmy Fallon ride. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because that was kind of something that TJ and I did together that helped strengthen our friendship. And I know my brother found out yesterday that I was doing this new YouTube series, and he was like, "It really isn't that kind of private." It's like, well, it depends on the person. For me, I don't personally mind. I really have nothing to hide. The only thing I was a little uncomfortable sharing was the fact that TJ and I did used to hang out at bars, but that was the lifestyle he was used to from his mother, unfortunately. So, I mean, what are you going to do? It was a very short-lived thing. It lasted for maybe a year or two, and for me, that's actually very short. And then after that, we pretty much started, I think it only lasted a year, actually, because it lasted the majority of 2015, not 2015, sorry, it lasted the majority of 2016. We met in late 2015, so yeah, it lasted pretty much the majority of 2016, and then we started going to theme parks together, so it wasn't that bad. And he was still working at Steak and Shake at the time that we were doing the whole Universal thing together. But anyway, I had been filming the construction process phase going on with the Jimmy Fallon ride on my own, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember kind of watching it being built. But TJ kind of came in the picture more with the whole Universal vlogs when the ride was pretty much within the soft opening phase. So Universal kind of came up with this idea of let's start having these rides of ours do these soft openings, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. So obviously the ride was not officially done yet. I could definitely see where there was construction going on, but they were trying to get an idea from people if they were going to like the ride or not. So they pretty much had the whole ride in full technical rehearsal. They had the ragtime gals out. They had hashtag the panda. I'm pretty sure they had the same actress in the hashtag the panda costume every single time that TJ and I came. All together during the entire time it was in technical rehearsal. We probably wrote it about 10 times. Hashtag the panda, for whatever reason, developed a strong crush on TJ, which I thought was hilarious. And she went out of her way, or hashtag went out of his way to just say hi to TJ. And hashtag got really clever and started recognizing us from various places. Like, we would be near the restroom attached to the building, and hashtag would be out on the balcony and would see TJ and I and would wave at us, and I thought that was just downright hilarious and at the same time kind of creepy. It was like, okay. But I'm not even lying, like, I have so many pictures of us with of hashtag. I think Kay has also met hashtag. We did actually get Kay on the ride maybe once or twice, and Kay was telling me the very first time she went on Race Through New York Starring Jimmy Fallon, she couldn't even enjoy the pre-show because TJ was literally quoting the entire pre-show. I personally didn't mind because I would do it too, but I would do it as loud as he would. I remember one time I was in the pre-show of TJ, and everybody was staring right at him. I mean, obviously when you do it as loud as he does, because you forget that other people haven't rode the ride yet, then yeah, that would happen. And the funny thing is, I just let him do it. I was like, you know what, this is your thing, I got nothing to do with this. And call me stupid, but okay, yeah, go ahead and call me stupid. The week that it was supposed to open, I guess Jimmy Fallon decided to fly the entire Tonight Show cast down to Orlando and decided to film the Tonight Show in Orlando. I actually did try to get free tickets for it. They were gone like within minutes. It was insane. And the day that Race Through New York was due to open, I found out that Jimmy Fallon and Dwayne the Rock Johnson were supposed to be out in the park. And I knew this ahead of time. And they were going to do this like really big, like make a really big deal out of it. They're going to do the ribbon cutting ceremony. And I really wanted to go. So, you know, I talked to TJ about it, and of course I found out, oh man, I have a college class. It was my environmental science class, but I was doing so well on it that I decided, well, I'm going to email my professor and ask if I can miss out. She never even asked me why. I just let her know if, hey, I'm going to miss out, and that was about it. And she was actually cool with that, and it never hurt my grade. That's the impressive part, because I made up for it right away. I literally did the work later on in the day, so I was the responsible student, and that's why I knew I could get away with it. And the other funny thing is, I never once told my parents about this, because I knew my parents wouldn't allow me to do it. They would be like, you can go to Universal anytime you want. You can't miss a class over this. Go after your class. Like, they would have said something like that, especially since I was off that day anyway. They would have definitely said, yeah, you can go after, but I knew that the class was taking place during the ribbon cutting ceremony. So here's where it gets really interesting. So TJ and I did get to Universal with plenty of time, and we did actually go in front of the ride, and it looked like they were getting ready for the ribbon cutting ceremony, but the real question was, when are they going to do it? And I knew for a fact that Jimmy Fallon and Dwayne the Rock Johnson were going to be running around at one point, but I just didn't know when. And I think we stood around outside for about half an hour, so it was really hot that day. And finally I said to TJ, screw it, we're just going to go over to Islands. I wish we stayed around another 5 minutes, and here's why. Maybe 5-10 minutes. So we were walking to Islands Adventure. I'm not even kidding. We passed by this couple. And I took one look at them, and I thought to myself, I wonder if we should follow them back there. I wonder if something's going to happen. We should have. And here's why. Because they went back where we came from. We went the direction they were coming from. And they just happened to be walking around the original park. And they got picked to go behind the scenes. And both Jimmy Fallon and Dwayne the Rock Johnson surprised them later, and it was all over YouTube. She was probably about average height. She and her boyfriend or whatever were definitely dressed like they were like hanging out on the theme park, and they were probably in their 30s. And as soon as I saw the video, I was so mad because I knew for a fact that I saw them. And I 100% distinctly remember everything about them, their face, their clothing, and their hair for that matter. And even the shoes they were wearing, as crazy as it is. And I just kept beating myself up. If we had turned around and followed them, we would have met them too. And every time I watch that video, I will never forgive myself. And the other funny thing is, if that's not bad enough, supposedly Adam the Woo was at Universal that day, and he had been hanging around the Jimmy Fallon ride, and I guess Universal had been looking for him for quite some time because they had footage of him sneaking into the old Nickelodeon studio back before it was the Blue Man Group building, which of course is going away now. And they finally saw him. Like, I guess he doesn't go to Universal all that often, and they banned him indefinitely. As far as I know, he's still banned from Universal Orlando. I don't know for sure. I could Google search it, but I mean, it's been 4 years now, and he's still banned. I just think that is like downright hilarious. Well, it's actually been over 4 years. It's like, how can anyone be banned that long? It's like, man, he must have done something really bad. I mean, yeah, no one has any business going around backstage, and Universal knew for a fact that he had done something like that before at Disney, but Disney actually let him go because I guess Adam threatened to do something, and Disney was like, oh, we can't afford that, so Disney immediately forgave him for it. I've only done one really bad thing, and it was only an accident, and that was a long time ago, and that was actually to go after my brother who was accidentally trying to bypass security. He didn't realize it at the time. This was a long time ago when security was actually in the Magic Kingdom itself. All we could think about at the time was trying to get to the express monorail. We didn't stop and think about the fact that we could technically get to the Magic Kingdom from the resort monorail, and they thought we were trying to bypass security, and the employees were threatening to call the police on us, and that was like the worst thing I've ever done on Disney property, other than accidentally walk through a busy bus loop. But both of those times were completely accidental. And yes, even though I should have known better because my dad's was a cast member, retired now, I wasn't really thinking about it, what I was doing at the time. I'll be honest, there were quite a few things that I knew better about, and those two times were unfortunately some of those scenarios where I really wasn't thinking about it, and thankfully nothing bad happened other than I got a slap on the wrist, so to speak. But Adam on the other hand, it was a different scenario because he knew what he was doing and he did it intentionally, versus young kid, and on top of that, Adam's an adult, versus a young kid doing something completely accidental. If I had done that stuff now, it definitely would have looked a lot worse. And I could claim, I didn't know. Well, guess what? I'm old enough to know for sure. And I definitely know 100% not to do crap like that, so. But yeah, anyway, the point is, that is one day, the whole grand opening of the Jimmy Fallon ride, I will never ever forget. And I videotaped the whole thing, the whole, like, soft opening, and I even videotaped the whole, like, opening day procedures. And I'm very sure I have that couple on my YouTube video. And I can point them out again to you in another video. Like, that's just how determined I would be if I wanted to. I could say, see, there's the couple, and look, here they are in Universal's official video. That just proves that I know for a fact. And I didn't say anything out loud when I was walking past them, but I definitely thought it. Because I think I was still at war with myself whether we should have left or not. I was bored and I was hot, and that's why we left. But I should have waited a little longer. And the odds of us meeting Jimmy Fallon and Dwayne the Rock Johnson would have been a lot higher, because they did also run through the park and just randomly hug and high-five people. And I would have recognized them from a mile away. I would have been like, oh, I know who those people are. I was surprised that people didn't recognize them right away. Like, really? It's kind of obvious. And Dwayne the Rock Johnson's like one of my favorite guys ever. Of course, I'm starting to get a little more skeptical about that because my brother keeps throwing Fast and the Furious memes at me, and I'm like getting really annoyed about it. So the next really fun discussion topic I'm going to talk about the next time we meet, which will be tomorrow, probably around the same time again. Obviously, I don't know what Disney or Universal topic I'm going to discuss yet or whatever, but I know for my next How I Met Kay and TJ video, I would like to talk to you guys about the whole Volcano Bay grand opening from my perspective. You'll find that one very interesting. Obviously, there's more to the whole Volcano Bay grand opening than whatever I filmed that day. And that was another one I made a big deal about filming. One of my videos, I got over 1,000 views. I had a bunch of dislikes. I think between the fact that my video quality was really bad and the fact that I didn't actually make it for the ribbon cutting ceremony, but there's a reason behind it. But you'll hear tomorrow evening in my next vlog of How I Met Kay and TJ. So I will see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I could not talk. Have a great evening and peace out.